Taco Bell.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
12:01 in Edmonton. Happy Friday. This is the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas with you. Thank you for that introduction, YouTube Trev. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great New Year's. And look forward to chatting some Oilers. First Oil Stream of the new year. Of course, over at Boston Pizza. Go check out their great game day specials like we did last week and earlier this week at Clairview and at 170th Street. We're not back on location until the 17th.
Wow.
It's a little while because the Oilers are at home, Hernan Salas, for a long time.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. I did get a medium stinger pizza off the holiday playlist. I know you're very intrigued, Trevor. And I just finished it yesterday. It was so good. They got the holiday playlist, and then, of course, on game days, Nanso, buy one medium or large pizza. Or, pardon me, medium pizzas are $5 off on game days, dollars off tankards of Molson and Coors Light. And they also have specials on shooters. Also, you can buy one medium or large pizza, get the second one 50% off. That's valid on takeout and delivery only. And then discount applies to pizza of lesser value and will be automatically applied at checkout. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Boston Pizza. How are you?
I'm great. It's kind of a weird shift, weird day, you know?
Well, there's a lot of yawning happening around the studio today and in the station.
It just feels like we should still be in vacation. A lot of people are still in vacation.
I would say people are in vacay mode right now.
A lot of people don't go back till Monday.
Lucky.
Very lucky.
Well, the other co-host of this show is not back till Monday.
Yeah. Serves them right.
The one that wasn't on Lock Shop.
Kind of easy trivia. Streak is over.
Oh, what happened? I just hopped out of the shower. So
Mike got 1 out of 4. He didn't even get to the 5th question.
Come on.
Yeah.
Boy.
It was bad. But it serves Dusty right because, of course, the boss gets the day off, right? BS.
I guess he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's the majority stakeholder.
He's gonna be pissed off about what happened.
Well, it didn't happen under his watch.
No,
if he wants to slink away from it.
No, the first question was kind of hard. It was about a bowl game.
Was it Will that asked these, or was it?
Well, Will made the questions. Eric asked them.
Okay.
But it was like, name one team that won a bowl game. But that, like, listen, college football's huge. But
yeah,
I find, at least for our listeners, it's kind of like not everybody's into that kind of stuff.
That's true.
Right? Like
That's
me
true.
asking somebody a NASCAR question, they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Miami won. University of Miami.
Yes. I think the Sooners won.
OU?
I think Ole Miss won.
Ole Miss, I believe, did win. Who did they have? Who did Alabama play? Was it
Sooners?
Okay.
Indiana? Is it the Sooners?
That's OU. Oh, yeah, they had Indiana.
Indiana, yeah.
And Indiana won that one? Oh, yeah, because the kid that won the Heisman is on that team.
Yeah.
Did they cover the spread, though? Because that was part of a parlay that we did. I need a win over at Play Alberta. I'll tell you what.
Oh, me too, buddy.
I'm
so close every night, man.
I know.
It drives me crazy.
Know. Unbelievable.
So close. It's just not meant to be.
Anyway, you can text us 780-218-9999. Hop into the nasty chat as well as we carry you through this Friday. The Oilers back on the ice at practice today. And we'll give you the line combinations. Ike Howard and Quinn Hutson have been recalled. I had some people asking me if that was going to happen last night. Turns out it was going to happen. And maybe that means something's brewing. I think the Oilers have been working behind the scenes on something. I don't know what. Kind of in holiday mode myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we'll figure it out. We'll get to some lines and we'll get to your texts. And they're coming off a pretty bad loss to the Bruins. Got their butts beat. They've been bad since the Christmas break, just in terms of overall play. Not great in Calgary. Get the win against Winnipeg, but not particularly solid that night. And then they come back home and just Boston Boston wasn't even good. Like, Boston was all right, but they were sloppy defensively. Jeremy Swayman made about 9 great saves on Connor McDavid. And then the rest of the Oilers were kind of meh.
Yeah, it was a weird game, man. Like, it's because the Oilers, like, well, to be fair, McDavid had looks. He was all over it.
He was willing them to victory.
But
He tried to, at least.
There is something to be said. The 3 games after Christmas, they haven't been at their best. I mean, the power play was a night off on Saturday. And Tom, that's going to happen. They're not going to score on the power play every damn game of the season.
But they pretty much do. They came in just under 35% the other day.
But you're going to have a game like that. So
sure. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I get it. And you know what does Hernan always say? They were due, man.
Boston was on a 6-game winless streak.
Exactly. So you knew coming in, and the boys were probably thinking about the party at McDavid's for New Year's. Wanted to get out of there. Mailed it in the third. Because it's New Year's Eve, you have the game on, but you're not like laser focused on it. But I thought Connor Ingram, 2 stinkers.
Yeah.
So his worst game as an Oiler, and listen, that was going to happen too. He was going to have a night off, and it happened on New Year's Eve. But
is that concerning? Like, how much of the goodwill that he built up in the first 3 starts maybe got nullified by that performance? Because you're right. I didn't like that first Pasternak goal, but and Reed made a good point the other night on the post-game show. If, let's say, McDavid made that play, Hyman, Draisaitl, whatever, where they bank it off a goalie as he's trying to make his way back to the puck, we're going, great play, cheeky play. But then there were a couple other ones where the one that hit his glove, I think it was Lindholm. Actually, both Lindholm scoring didn't love, but even like on the post-game show, Belzy was saying a bit of a screen from Victor Arvidsson, of all people.
Yeah, 2 assists.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Middle stat going short side. Had a lane to the net coming off the bench.
I didn't like because it was block. I'm going to ask Joaquin on that one because it was blocker, right? Like, you think he's going to make that save. Maybe he thought he was going to go the other way, but listen, all of a sudden I'm not going to sit here and say Ingram's a terrible goaltender.
No, it's just that was
one of those games.
That was a reminder.
I was a little surprised they went back to Ingram after Pickard played his best game of the year.
Yes.
Probably a top 2 game for an Oilers goaltender this season in Winnipeg.
It was a great game for.
So I am very surprised they went away from Pickard. Pickard tomorrow, probably. Seems that way.
Is that how they? Let me look. Yeah, Pickard was in the starter's net today.
So yeah, I mean,
Jari not till mid-January from Chris Knobloch. Another week for Wallman.
When he said a couple of weeks for Jari, we said add a month, and that's what we're doing.
Well, that's where we're gonna get to.
And listen, with these 2 guys, the Oilers are gonna be fine. I was gonna call it Joaquin, Tommy. So for Jari, whatever his injury is, we don't know. We're assuming, and I know Gager thinks it's a groin, and he would know. So if it's a groin, you give him all the time you need.
You're gonna want him, especially if he's your go-to guy, and if it like. Jay says, boys, Ingram made a couple of massive saves. He did make a couple of sharp saves, and it's good to note that. But the ones he didn't, a few of them of the 6 weren't particularly great either, and that's fair. Yeah, let Tristan Jari heal up.
Yeah,
that you can rely on him.
Pickard and Ingram will be fine. You can win a lot of games with those 2 guys. They're always going to be good enough to get you wins. Are they going to have off nights? Yeah, of course they are, but. And I like Pickard, man. Every time he's called upon, and then before the Winnipeg game, they were going to Ingram's, for 3 straight. And all Pickard does is just show up and play wicked hockey. That's all he does. No,
he's a battler.
Before that game, he hasn't had the best of seasons. I know that, but like
not having a great year.
When the pressure's on, he tends to show up. And I'll surprised he didn't get this. No, maybe it doesn't matter because, Boston won 6-2. Who starts that game? The Oilers just were a step behind.
Yeah. Sloppy. I thought they were sloppy. That's how I would describe them. And I don't think Boston had a particularly strong game. They got a few saves and were able to capitalize on some opportunities, some greater than others.
I like the feisty stuff at the end.
So do I.
Like, hey, you're getting your butts kicked.
Tell them that's not cool.
Let's go. Yeah. And I liked it. I like that kind of fight back from the Oilers. You haven't seen it much. I think you've seen it twice so far this season, and that's it. But, move along. They're getting a good Flyers team, like, prepping for the Flyers. And
Right.
I keep being surprised by their record.
Now they're kind of hanging in there, right? Are you going to have Tony Mangione on your show today?
I am.
Okay, well, I need to get somebody for the pregame show tomorrow, so I'll snoop around. I wanted to check with you. Tony Mangione is great. It's actually Anthony Mangione, but
His friends call him Tony.
Tony Mangione, of course. He's a Tony. He's a
Yeah, I reached out yesterday.
Okay, no, all good. Philly at 47 points, 4-3-3 in its last 10. 20, 12, and 7 is the record. Good for third in the Metro Division.
Yeah.
Now, Washington's right there at 47 points as well. Philly's done it in less games. Under Rick Tocchet, playing motivated. Some new pieces this year. Not that far ahead of Florida and Pittsburgh and Toronto and New Jersey and Boston. A couple points ahead of them. It's super tight still in the Eastern Conference. Now, Philadelphia also got its butts whooped collectively in Calgary 5-1.
So it's two feisty teams tomorrow.
Two feisty teams. I don't know what to make of this matinee matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Oilers are such a don't get me wrong, like McDavid is going, man. Like that assist is the best assist of the
beautiful
season.
thing.
It was unbelievable.
Beautiful thing.
Unbelievable. I know it was New Year's Eve, we were out and stuff, and but I just kind of quickly looked at the chat, and a lot of people complaining that Draisaitl's off.
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I mean, again,
define that.
These guys are not going to be
scoring
awesome.
at his regular clip.
Yeah, every game in and game out. And what's interesting is Mangiapane scratched, then gets put into the top 6. And I asked Gage on Wednesday, I said that to me as a coach does not make sense. You healthy scratched him for a reason. Are you throwing him a bone and saying, because he did the same thing with Frederick after a healthy scratch. So what happens? Okay, there's 8 penalties, so about 15 because Boston scored on one other power play. So about 15 minutes where Mangiapane's not going to see the ice because he's not on the power play and he's not on the PK.
Right.
But still, Tom, 7 minutes, just over 7 minutes. Like, we all knew that wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And then
he had a
Knobloch,
skate issue, too, in the third period, but I don't know how many shifts he actually
got 3.
I know, but how many did that cut into? Like one or two others, maybe?
And then they moved Roslovic in his spot, and didn't Knobloch after the game kind of say, like, we need Roslovic in that top 6. He's just...
Yeah.
We all knew Roslovic wasn't going to work as a center on the third line.
No.
With Janmark and Trent Frederick.
It was weird. There's been a few weird things, and like the call-ups happening, I caught wind of it last night, and I was like, what does this mean? How does this work for the cap? Obviously, Bill Scott's got to work some magic to make sure that they're cap compliant, and could there be something cooking? I feel like there is.
Okay. There's that vibe.
Yeah.
Because, okay, quickly. Podkolzin's not skating today because he's sick.
I'll get to the lines and stuff, but go ahead.
So it seems from what we're seeing, and Tom's going to throw out the lines right away, that Mangiapane's going to be the odd man out.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Podkolzin can.
They're trying to move him.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and maybe that's why I think something's cooking, is they want to get this done sooner than later. Like Victor Arvidsson last year, A, was hurt for a good chunk of the early part of the season. B, did want a trade, asked for one, but it was done in a much quieter fashion. Mm-hmm. This one has noise around it. And I think that is in the hopes of expediting things. That's my read on it right now. What kind of market is there for a guy like Mangiapane? I don't know. Everybody asks, who do you trade him to? My only answer is a team that might have been interested in him in the offseason.
Yeah.
Would be the likeliest, in my opinion.
There's a team that might, and listen, sometimes think, we're not, Mangiapane, I liked the signing at the time. I thought he would be a lot better. I didn't think he'd be a top 6 contributor. I thought he'd be that third line guy, like he was in Washington, muck it up. He hasn't done a lot of that. He's doing it more now lately because he's been benched and
he's pissed off.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot more of that. But I just think if something does happen with Mangiapane, and everybody's like, oh, what's the return? In my opinion, Tom, they just want to move on from the player. They're going to get that money for cap space. Yeah. The return's going to be draft picks or
I wouldn't,
lower end prospect. It's not going to be a lot.
I wouldn't expect a lot.
Yeah. No, it's not. They're not bringing player for player.
I don't know. I don't know what they want or how they think they can
Because
finagle this.
what they want to do is give Howard and Hudson maybe longer looks.
I think both of those guys deserve that.
Yeah, 100%.
They had big nights a couple nights ago on New Year's Eve. They're playing against the Firebirds, Coachella Valley. And I was texting with Ryan Holt from the Condors. And I'm like, what's going on down there? And he just said, he's like, I don't know what else Hudson and Howard have to do to get the call back up. These guys have been tremendous. Well, here they are.
And here they are because there's a lot of players underachieving in that bottom six. And listen, I don't know where these guys are going to play, how much time they're going to get, how Knobloch's going to use them. Hopefully it's more than he has in the past.
Well, there's a text that came in. It's like, over under. It's from Stupid Peter. Over under 8.5 minutes for Hudson and Howard. I want to be positive and optimistic, Stupid Peter, and I want to say over for both. I also am optimistic and hoping that the way they're playing down in Bakersfield somewhat translates up here. And I know it's different. It's a big step, and these guys have had their looks earlier in the season. I hope it works for them. I hope that confidence and, the touches with the puck go well, and then maybe they can, create momentum, and then, if you're lucky, create some offense. At least the goals on the board.
It better be over 10 minutes. If not, what are we doing? Like, give these guys a look. You guys in the bottom six not bringing you anything. Okay?
That's a valid point.
Frederick brings absolutely nothing. Mangiapane, nothing. Jan Mark works his butt off. He's not
Careful
coming.
what you say. I'm kidding.
But nothing offensively. Henrique is, he hasn't scored in how long?
While he has, 9 points, I think it is.
So give these guys some run. And it's going to be interesting to see how they mix them in. I wish Podkolzin wasn't sick so we can actually just say, okay, these are the lines. Well, now we don't know.
Well, okay, let's rattle them off. Yeah. Here's what Bob put out from practice about an hour ago. McDavid with Nugent Hopkins and Hyman, Draisaitl centering Roslovic and Mangiapane, who has been asterisked and parenthesized by Bob. Parenthesized. And so I'm assuming, and it does say at the end, Podkolzin is sick, so he's a stand-in placeholder. Savoy between Howard and Hudson, kid line. I saw a few people say, kid line, all right. And then Henrique with Janmark and Frederick. And to be quite frank with you, I'd throw Lazar back in there.
So would I. For me, Lazar brings more than Frederick does.
Yeah. Lazar and Kapanen were your extras on defense. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Regula, Stasny with Emberson, Riley Stillman, your extra. Pickard in the starter's net, Ingram in the backup net. I met Riley Stillman. I took the elevator with Laser and Stillman. Nice guy. Good to see Laser catching up with him. And shout out to Declan, who works the elevator on game nights and also helps the Oil Kings out working with our good friend Rogan Dean.
He's the best.
Declan?
Oh, yeah.
You know Declan.
Yes.
Declan's a big EST fan. So hi, Declan. Good job the other night. Happy New Year, buddy. And Declan had a hotel room close by, and I'm like, all right, where's the party? You have any champagne? And he's like, no, I don't. And then, I talked to Laser a little bit and met Stillman. Nice guys. Okay, so that lineup, anything outside kid line, nice. Let's see how it goes. Can they please play about 10 plus minutes at minimum? I hope so. There has been an illness and bug going around the team. You go back to when they're on the road. I remember Jack Michaels was sick and didn't come out of his hotel room till the night of the game, and Regula was sick and missed some time. So there's been something lingering in the locker room, and that does happen this time of year. And we're seeing that with Podkolzin, who has an illness, according to Stoff. The top line, just don't touch it. Second line, yes, get Roslovic up there. We get it. Hopefully he's feeling good now that he's had a few games to shake off the rust. Savoy, Hudson, Howard. What would you say about that line?
Listen, kid line, sure, it's exciting. It's going to be fun to watch. I think the concerns for the coach will be Savoy at center. How much times are they going to have him out there? Now, he's pretty decent at faceoffs. He hasn't played center this year. But again, Tom, what's the leash like for this line? I don't know. I think if the orders are up, they're going to just roll them. I think if it's close, tied, or they're down, we're going to probably see these guys not play as much. Savoy will probably there'll probably be a mishmash of lines. They'll put Savoy with Henrique and Janmark, for example, to shut her down. Or
just don't.
For me right now, don't get me wrong, I like the kid line. But if I want to see these guys play over 10 minutes, I think
things have to be going well in the game.
Things have to be going well. Or if they're going to be playing 10 minutes, I think some of these guys have to be on separate lines.
I hope that doesn't transpire. And there's been a few people that have asked, Baggio's saying, Tommy, do you think the kid line works in today's NHL, or is that too much for them? Stupid Peter was saying that line's too small. The biggest guy on that line is Ike Howard. And Quinn Hutson's a little bit smaller, but then Savoy's obviously the smallest of them. I don't know, if they can gain possession, if they can be efficient with the puck when they do have it, play keep away, and they're willing to battle, then yes. Now, if they're caught in scrums and board battles, and they're getting beat up by bigger players and not being able to dictate the pace, then no. How do I look at the Flyers? I don't know. I don't think they're as big, bad, and mean as they used to be. They have elements, but I'm at a point where we're at right now at the midway point of the season with Hudson, Howard, and Savoy that I would just say, go try it. Just try it, see what happens. If it doesn't work, guess what? This coach changes the lines within 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah, because it's not. I don't think the coach is going to be worried about the offense that this trio can bring, because I think they can. Hudson and Howard together in the minors with Szymanski have been awesome. Savoy has been a bright spot for this team for sure. Now, the production is not probably where people thought, but I think he's just been fine. And I didn't think he was going to produce a lot, but he's a good two-way guy. He's trusted a lot by the coach. It's going to come down to how they defend as a trio.
Yeah.
Right?
If they're getting caved in, they're getting pushed off pucks, then they're in trouble.
So I think that's where it's going to start. I hope it starts this way tomorrow.
I think it probably will. I think this is an indicator.
So
Savoy, 13 points in 41 games, by the way, +1.
Yeah. Well, because before the season, we had some fans suggesting he'd be unreal scoring.
Some people thought Ike Howard would get 30 goals this year.
Yeah.
Which league?
And I'm going to give kudos to Ike Howard, man. We've known of his kind of personality and kind of very confident young fellow.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? Some issues there with Tampa. That's why the trade happened. But all he did when he got sent down, Tom, because we were like, how's he going to react? Because players react differently. He went down there and just killed it. And that's what you want to see. He went down there. I remember we had Holtby on right when he was down there, and he said, great attitude. He's been great in the room. And then on the ice, he's just been outstanding. So he's done everything correct.
Good.
And that's why he's getting the call up. And I just hope he gets more minutes, man, because he can score. Hudson, when he came up, Tom, he was playing, 6-7 minutes, and he still found the goal.
Yes.
And a hard-working goal. It wasn't like a fluky goal or anything like that. So, listen, a lot of these guys on the bottom six are not going. It's January 2nd, okay? You've seen enough, Knobloch, and I don't care if they're veterans. I don't care about their contracts. Start giving the younger guys some looks here to see if you can get some secondary scoring.
Quick note on Hudson and Howard. Hudson named Rookie of the Month in the AHL. Howard named Player of the Month in the AHL. Pretty good.
Enough with, it's just, I think it drives fans crazy when and Janmark's gotten some shifts with Draisaitl on the last 3 games.
Oh, that was weird.
Enough, Knobloch. He's not going to produce offensively. Frederick doesn't bring anything. Mangiapane's not either. Stop trying to give these guys, throwing them a bone. We're 3 months into the damn season.
Just let them play their regular fourth line shift, and then when they have to go out there for PK, go out there for PK.
Exactly.
Quinn Hutson, just a refresher here. 26 games played down in Bakersfield, 19 goals, 13 assists, 32 points, +3, 28 PIMs. And then Ike Howard, 16 games with the Condors, 10 goals, 13 assists, 23 points, plus 12 with 2 penalty minutes. Those 2 have been called up. One was the rookie of the month in the AHL. That was Quinn Hutson. And then Ike Howard was the player of the month in the AHL.
I just
feel like you
want
want to say something.
I think we worry so much about the lines, Tom, and then we know exactly what happens.
They get
The blender comes out, and it's just is what it is. Smitty said you guys are crazy to think Knob's going to play the kids more than 5-7. Well, you're not wrong. I mean, that's what
I'm
he's shown.
optimistic and hopeful.
Yeah, we hope he plays them more, but you're right. Like, this is Knobloch. He doesn't play his young guys a lot. Outside of Savoy.
Even that
Yeah.
comes and goes.
So we'll see. But yeah, I'm with you. I'd have Lazar in the lineup. You know what's interesting, Tom, is that there's going to be decisions to be made here because Lazar, every time he comes in, he does his job. He's good at it. He gets it. And then you're getting Kapanen back, and they're going to want him in the lineup. So there's going to be some tough decisions on some tough veterans here going forward. Like Frederick should be looking over his shoulder. No, Mangiapane, Janmark, Henrique. Again, play the line, play the players that are going to help you be the most successful.
Let us know your thoughts, 780-218-9999. That is the text line number. Jump into the nasty chat as well. And regarding the kids line, says Mex Bazuzu, Ehlers, Stankoven, Blake leads the league in expected goals percentage, at least 200 minutes, and all are 6 foot and under. And that's a good point, Max. And now listen, highly skilled team. Not that this team with the Oilers aren't. Those guys, the only thing I'd say outside of Stankoven, well, Blake's young too.
Stankoven's not having a good year, though. Trust me.
Yeah.
He's
What are their actual points? This is the only thing I'd bounce back to Mex Bazuzu, just like not expected, but actual.
like Stankoven. He has 16 points in 40 games. That's a bad year for like Logan Stankoven. They thought they would get way more from this player. Now, he might be doing other things right. Like, I don't watch Carolina Hurricanes hockey, so he might be a good two-way guy. Responsible. You know, those things the coaches love. But only 6 goals.
For Stankoven.
Yeah.
All right. I smell pizza. That can only mean one thing. Tony's here. We'll get to
I can smell it now. We'll be right back. No,
just kidding. No. This is the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza, but portions of this hour. And, of course, the studio sponsored by Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen. They have their $4 faves. You can get the mini classic chicken sandwich, mini spicy chicken sandwich, mini blackened classic chicken sandwich. You can get the wrap, mini classic wrap, mini spicy chicken wrap, mini blackened classic chicken wrap, and then 5-piece nuggets, as well as they have pies. You get 2 pies, and your favorite medium Cajun fries. All right, here we go. Let's get, YouTube Trev's going to get in here. He's excited. This is Tony from Boston Pizza 170th. All right, Tony, come on in. We'll give you a few minutes. You gotta be close to this mic. So this is Tony Hughes, GM of Boston Pizza 170th. You came in bringing us gifts in the form of delicious food from Boston Pizza.
Yes.
How did we end up in this scenario, Tony?
Well, it happened at the golf tournament. We were all golfing. It was actually Hernan's fault. Why? Because he was behind us for the whole time. So me and him may have had a few bevies. Don't know. Can't remember. Can't remember.
I do remember. You guys certainly confirmed had a few bevies.
Yep. And then it was, we talked about Tomasak being signed, and I was pretty convinced that he was going to be playing on the second line. And I thought he was going to score 20 goals with Draisaitl.
And you went and made,
but unfortunately,
17 short.
Just 17 short.
Well, it's unfortunately, he didn't. I don't think he really seized his opportunity at all.
Well, he started on the first power play.
He did.
Yeah, so,
right? It looked so good out of training camp. I was like, maybe Tony's going to win something here.
Well, even preseason, he looked good. He had a great shot.
Yeah.
I thought he would have, with a shooter with Draisaitl, you figure he would have had a lot more opportunity. He just didn't seize him. And unfortunately, that's the way she goes in this life.
He's back in Sweden now.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I do appreciate you bringing us food today, but the deal we made was for a year, so I'm still holding.
I walked in the other day. To get set up for pre and post game. And there's Tony. He looks at me begrudgingly. I had a big smile on my face. Tony, how's Christmas? You doing good? And then like 5 minutes later, he's like, just get it out.
Well,
I'm like, what?
Also, in all fairness, Hernan, I've been asking about you all year long.
I know I got to make it all one game.
That's right.
Because the last couple, it was those days when it was like a deep freeze.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, there's
super
no
cold.
way I'm going outside if I don't have to.
Yeah.
But,
Well, we all do.
but you guys are getting paid to be there. A lot of the nasty saying, I made a bet with Tony too.
I don't
Did
remember.
they? Yeah.
I don't remember any of the nasties making any bets.
A lot of we've had some nasty chats coming in. Tony, the Thomas Ekman jamming says Tony. VR Montenegro says Tony, where's my pizza? And then Pat Janik says Tony likes to give out prizes. Tony Santa, who is he dealing now? All right, what do you think of Howard and Hudson getting called up, and what do you think happens now? Because you have a lot of opinions about this team, and I happily listen to them every time we're on location.
Well, actually, last time that we talked, I think a lot of people don't look at the Corey Perry interview and how he talks about how difficult it is to play with McDavid and Draisaitl, and how they're 5 steps ahead of everybody. And I think right now in our team this year is that Hyman's figured out with McDavid, and same thing with RNH. And I think with Podkolzin and Savoy, they're figuring it out. So I think you got to keep those guys together because that's going to be your second line. If you're going to do anything, I would move Nuge down to the third line and try and find like a good third line with those guys.
Yeah, well, they don't have that right now. They're going to try the kids together.
They're going to try the young boys, but no, you're right. I mean, I think the top line, the only guy you're moving out of that top 6 is. They tried Roslovic already. He's not a center.
The last of the game.
He's not a
with
bottom
them,
6 guy. And when you put him with 2 anchors, like, what do you expect him? Because for me, Roslovic's more of he's a good playmaker, but he's more deadly with the shot.
How do you put him with Frederick and Janmark and expect anything?
Well, and he's still scoring though with those guys.
And,
He scored last game with them.
I put it on Twitter. I said that, like, I can't believe like professional hockey coaches actually put that line together. Like, I don't know, like, Knobloch, like, what's the reasoning behind it? Well, yeah, Mark's good defensively. Frederick. I don't know. Why do you say on Frederick?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I think with that logic, then you would be like, let's put Lazar on McDavid's line because they had great chemistry in 2015 at the World Juniors.
Boy, did they ever.
So, like, why would you not try that one?
That's a great call. Great call. VR Montenegro says, I don't know if Tony remembers a lot about the golf tournament. I was sober as a judge. Justice and pizza will be served. Okay, what was you made a bet with me. You made a bet with Hernan. It was a Thomas Eck thing. You're good about it. I won't be coming in all the time, just like maybe 3 or 4 times a week for my free
Hey,
meals.
that's fine. We
Yeah.
love having you down there.
Yeah. But jokes aside, you've always bothered me about Bouchard. You say, hey, Bouch this, Bouch that. I'll give you the floor. Give us a couple minutes on Evan Bouchard. You can say whatever you want, Tony. This is your time to shine, baby.
You really want me to go on
the
Bouchard,
butcher, man.
Well,
You can
clean it up as much as you want.
Clean it up. All right. Well, I think the best thing that was said, on TSN the other day, that Bouchard's the best player on both teams at the same time.
That's a good way of putting it.
That is a good way of putting it.
It's you and people are complaining that he's not on this Canadian Olympic team. But if you look at his defensive, I know the defensive metrics or whatever it is, but just the eye test. If you watch his game, what are we going to do as a nation if he gives up a muffin to Austin Matthews and they score a goal and they win the game?
Well, the nation will embrace him. Like I embrace him now for the good and
I
the
don't
bad.
believe that for a second.
He is so exciting. Like he can make shows by himself. And
I know he can make shows.
So why don't we embrace him? Why can't the nation embrace him?
Well,
You'll get the whole experience.
I bet you it'd be a lot more interesting to see if he was on.
You have
the
the Bush bomb, the good and the bad, and then in the playoffs he becomes the butcher.
absolutely.
He's looked better lately.
Well, like you can't deny his playoff performances. Like it is by far like the past 3 years in his playoff performances are like I don't understand why he doesn't do playoff with regular season.
It's because he's so good in the
mental
playoffs.
thing. Yeah, the wheels don't start turning until like November, December for him for whatever reason.
Yeah,
it's such a
it's
slow
such
rollout.
a baffling thing. Like I know, like the contract, everybody hates the contract at 10.5. It is what it is. We're in a new NHL. It's going to happen.
He can't be traded though right now.
Yes,
That's right,
I've been
till the end of
saying
the year,
this.
right?
First 2 years are
Yeah.
no. He doesn't have a no movement. Shocking.
So if you want to do a number one goaltender,
They have
could-
one in Jari.
well, apparently he's not going to be back till the end of January.
No, what are they? Well, it was
Mid.
mid-January, according to Knobloch. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. Evan Bouchard via the Nasty says, I really like BP's Westgate. I don't hate that contract. How funny that.
Oh boy.
What's happening over at BP 170th, a.k.a. Westgate? Because you guys have a good thing. You got the Golf Sim League that's
Yeah,
kicking up.
we-
Tell us what's going on there.
We just got the golf sim the last time that you were there. We have the league coming up. Our registration is open till January 12th. So right now we still have a few spots open for the golf tournament. Obviously, we're being there, we do give away some pretty good prizes.
You have great pricing, yes.
So for this golf tournament, it's going to have a lot of great prizing. It's going to have a lot of fun. We have a lot of our regulars that are signing up for it. People are really excited for it. So it's going to be a fun tournament. It's 10 weeks. You get to golf at your own leisure.
Yep.
So as long as by the end of the 10 weeks you're done your 10 rounds, it's
And you guys work it out that way, who finished where, all that. You take care of
it's
that on
all
the back
done
end.
online. So once you sign up, you get your email, and then you can see how everybody else is doing in the league
Nice.
and how they've done on everything. So you can kind of keep track of where you're at. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. We've been talking about this now for a little while, so now it's finally come to light. So me and Curtis are really excited about it.
Is there a fee with that, or is it free?
No, it's free.
Okay.
You just have to pay for the $20 for when you're doing your round.
And that's the best rate I've
Yes.
seen in the city for sim golf.
100%. We had a bunch of guys yesterday come in because there was a real top one of the other golf. They were super excited. They had a lot of fun yesterday. So a lot of fun. And of course, we also have Pass a Tuesday all month long now. So,
Yes, that's right.
So come down and have your Pass a Tuesday all month long for the month of January. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then of course, with the ESTs, we got some things coming up. Obviously, I'm not going to reveal what we're doing,
It's
but
always something brewing, and I love that.
But Tommy, we had a little talk last time you were there, me, you, and Curtis, and we had an idea of
We have
what we
some
want to do.
ideas.
So it's going to be fun. We're really looking forward to this year. So
This text says, to be fair to Tony, Thomas had gave up on the season, so Tony should get a little bit of a break for that. No.
Absolutely not. No, we weren't going to use and abuse it, but Tony takes good care of everybody. So does Curtis when you go down to Boston Pizza 170th. Then when we're there on game days, Tony, you do dish out the prizing, and we always have like really good prizes every intermission at the end of the game. What do you generally try to do for those that haven't experienced a game at BP 170th when we're live on location? What are you getting?
like we really tried to do like a lot of little things and just try to make things a lot more exciting. Like obviously, if you've ever been down to when we have you guys on location, like we have a little saying with whatever shirts we have, like the whole bar starts screaming out "Wear what you win," and it's a very fun atmosphere. Like obviously last year in the playoffs, it went even bigger than we expected. Good. So, it's fun to see Big Uke try to get into a medium shirt, and he does it. And
does it? Yes.
So there's a lot of fun that happens down there. So that's one thing that we look forward to. Just come down, have a good time.
Yep.
That's the best thing about even if the game's bad, we still have a good time.
Yes, that's so true.
Mex says, I had my first date ever at BP's West. Thanks, Tony. Well,
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't think Tony was there, but
maybe he was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could have been on. What's coming up is it's Valentine's Day, heart-shaped pizzas.
That's right. Hey, and you guys did the pizzas for Ben. How did that go?
It went awesome. I believe talking to Curtis and stuff, it was a great success.
Yep.
He said it was an awesome experience for us. So as far as I know, everything went beautifully, and I'm sure that it went for a great cause.
To the Ben Stelter Foundation.
We try and do as much as we can for charity and stuff. And I know especially with what we do, it's not always about getting recognition and fanfare. It's just about doing something nice and just giving back to what your community and stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys have a great crew and do a lot of great work. All right, give us a crack at tomorrow's game. Afternoon game against Philly. Both teams coming off of performances where they got their butts whooped.
Well, if you remember a couple months ago, Philly got robbed.
Ooh.
So I think they're going to be a little bitter about that being robbed in their own barn. So I think they're gonna come out hard. I think.
Okay, so you're leaning towards the Flyers spoiling the afternoon here in Edmonton.
Well, if you look at the afternoon games for the Oilers, they don't always go that well.
Yeah, that's true. Better lately, but you're right.
Especially after New Year's.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the boys are still hurting. The older guys. Had too
Hopefully
many
not.
cervezas. Right? At Connor's. I am assuming Connor had
I
a
heard
New
there
Year's
was some
party.
other plans.
I'm
too.
sure there was a hot tub party that they had.
Okay, Tony, the cervezas are always cold, crisp, and delicious down at Boston Pizza 170. The pizza's always delicious. The food's great. I finished up a Stinger pizza yesterday. I had some left over.
I brought you a Stinger today.
I love the Stinger. It's so good.
And I also brought you your maple barbecue wings.
I love maple barbecue wings. That's a staple for me, and this guy knows
And
me
I
very
brought
well.
Hernan his hot honey.
Yeah, see? Go see Tony, Curtis, and the entire staff at Boston Pizza 170th. We're back there on the 17th.
Yes, the 17th
on
for
the
the
17th.
Vancouver game.
Lots of home games this month. Appreciate the time, Tony.
Okay, appreciate you guys having
Was
me.
this all right?
Oh, this was awesome.
You did great. You did great. All right, there you go. Tony Hughes from Boston Pizza 170th. Go check them out. They're great. Right across the street from West Edmonton Mall. And good dudes, good times, great crew, just through and through. And we always have so much fun. And yes, the Golf Sim League gets going right away here. And you just have to pay for your hour in the sim to play your round. $20 an hour, best rate in the city. Go check them out. Can't endorse those guys enough because they've been a great partner with us here at Edmonton Sports Talk. All right, I'm going to put this thing down. What else you got, Nancito? I've got some stats and stuff too that I was going to throw out there. Tomorrow's game, speaking of tomorrow's game, it's the next gen game. The Oilers put this out today via press release, and it will feature 13 kids from across oil country stepping into key roles at Saturday's game. Roles include public address announcer, in-arena host, team reporter, social media manager, Kit the mascot, anthem singer, and more. This talented group will be featured throughout the game. The in-game elements such as artwork and graphics created by local youth, as well as spotlights, interviews, games, and other activities. I have to admit, like, you think of this, you're like, I don't know, the kids don't on the PA and this and that.
It's great.
They actually do a great job.
That's great.
And I think this is a league-wide initiative too.
Yeah.
And you see the artwork that they do, and I really have come to appreciate this game every year. So it's an afternoon game. It's the start of the new year, and you're gonna have the kids. I like when they get the PA announcers; they're always into it. Goal scored by Connor McDavid.
Yeah, I think
you're
I
like,
went
"Good job,
last
kid."
year, and the kid was awesome.
Yes.
Like so much energy. It's always
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah. So
Nice early game. Then you can stick around downtown, have supper,
yes,
go for some.
go to BP.
Go to some beers.
Yep.
Go do some beers. Go have some beers.
Go have some beers. You don't have Sunday to worry about work or anything like that. Kind of the last remnants of the holiday season. There's the BP at the City of Edmonton Tower, and then there's also BP, I think, 106th Street in Jasper Ave.
The old school one.
That's the old school one. Yeah. I always walk by there and I peek in, and there's always people.
Oh yeah, that's a legendary one.
Yeah.
The new one by the Rogers. I've only been there once.
I've been there a couple of times.
Yeah.
Anyway, good food. The Stinger pizza is great. I highly recommend the penne vodka chicken dish. It's so good. Tony, one day I had it like 2 times in a row at BP, and then we were back at BP like a few days later, and he's like, "I thought you were getting the penne chicken," and I was like, "Dude, I had it twice. In
Yeah.
like 4 days.
I can't keep having the same thing.
I need something else. I need a maple barbecue boneless wing order, please." So thank you to Tony and Curtis and everybody. Thanks to Tony for bringing the boys a bite to eat today and hopping on. I promised him we would get him on at some point, and I think this was a great opportunity
He's famous
to do
now.
that.
Well, he's always been
People
famous.
know him. That's our boy Tony Hughes. All right, we got a few minutes left. What else do you want to hit on before we pass it off to you and Joaquin?
How about the Winnipeg Jets quickly?
Go on.
8 games without a win. Up 4-1 yesterday.
Blow it.
They blow it. I tuned into a few of the Jets post-game shows. People were not happy.
They shouldn't be happy.
Are you surprised they're this bad?
Yes. I am 100% surprised that they're this bad. I thought, considering how well, I didn't think they were going to be President's Trophy champ, like winners again, and take the Jennings Trophy for best goalie tandem. The injury to Hellebuck obviously was a big dent in the plans of the team, but to not be able to score, what are they averaging? Like a goal and a half, 2 goals a game. Hellebuck can't score them goals. And it's just, when the Oilers played them, they had a ton of shots.
Oh, yeah.
And Pickard made some great saves. But I was never really concerned that Edmonton wouldn't be able to win that game. Now, they hung on. They didn't play particularly great from the Oilers' point of view. But I was still like, well, the Jets are in such a funk right now. Even if they do pepper Pickard, I think that the Oilers are going to be fine. And sure enough, they hung on.
They're last
in the league.
I think I said it with Joaquin when we did our preview show for the season. I said, I think Winnipeg takes a step back. I didn't mean this back.
Not like
this far back, but can they recover? They're 7 points out on January 2nd from the last wildcard spot.
The answer is yes, they can. Will they?
Yeah.
I would say no.
Because the biggest, what I find from listening to the Jets post-game shows, the Illegal Curve does a great one, but there's a bunch in Winnipeg. They're all great.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing, I think, for if you even on social media, on the X, a lot of their media are saying they're just blown away that they still haven't made a roster change. And they're not necessarily saying a trade, but like calling up a guy from the Moose, like just something to shock the system a bit.
Right.
They keep going back to the same lines. They keep losing. Nothing changes.
They had a stat. I was watching the game the other night. They had, I think it was like 6 forwards, like Nyquist, Taves, Perfetti, Niederreiter, and they had gone a couple hundred games combined without a goal. Or was it 100 games? It was more than 100 games combined without a goal between like these 6 guys on the team. Not good.
Time's ticking for the Jets. They got to do something. I'll be floored if they don't make. Well, in fairness, they play tomorrow in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And then I think if that game doesn't go well, even if it does, Tom, there's got to be some call-ups, some demotion. They got to do something there.
The shock to the system.
Yeah. On the flip side, the Buffalo Sabres.
On fire.
10-game win streak, Tom.
Started against the Oilers.
That's on. Good for that fan base, man. They haven't had much to cheer about.
No, and they have the talent at every position. It's crazy how like a change in the vibe. You get a guy who was an actual GM back there, and he's kind of rattling some cages and not afraid to tell guys, if you don't start performing, you're out of here. Maybe some guys want out of there, but I think that they have a pretty good setup in Buffalo. That's a great hockey market, especially when the team's winning. Good. About damn time. They've missed the playoffs for like 14 straight years.
They're in a wild card spot right
Good.
now.
Good for them, man. I'm happy. Okay, let's get to the numbers game. Brought to you by Play Alberta, our great partners here at EST. Of course, if you're going to sprinkle something, use your game sense. I was telling Glue Guy earlier, we need a win, baby. We need a win. I've been struggling over at Play Alberta lately, but I have used my game sense. All right, I have a bunch of numbers. We've hit the midway mark of the season. Pardon me.
Yes.
So here's some numbers for you for the numbers game. 6.2 goals per game. That's the 5th consecutive year averaging 6 goals per game or higher at this stage. 42% comeback wins. 8th straight year with 40% or more of games. One come from behind fashion. 32 teams. All 32 teams have recorded a third period comeback win this season. 74% tied or within 1 goal. 3rd highest percentage in the expansion era. 78% close games. Highest at this stage of a season in NHL history. 1 goal margin or 2+ with an empty netter. And then 25 teams have held a playoff spot at some point since December 1st.
Yeah, this year's been crazy.
Right?
Like I was just going through the standings. Like if you look, at the East. 6 points separates the last wild card spot from last place, right?
Jeez.
You can make that up. If you look at the West, I mean, Vancouver, Winnipeg, they might be done. Chicago as well. But the Mammoth and the Kings tied with the Kraken for the last wildcard spot. Calgary, Nashville, 1 point behind them. Like, it's right there, man. Like St. Louis, 38 points. So it's not over. It's over for the Colorado Avalanche. Like,
They're taking this thing. There's your give them the President's Trophy right now. I have a few more stats. These are league trends. 167 games requiring extra time so far this year. That is the second highest total at this stage of a season in NHL history. The only other year that had more games needing extra time was 2003, 2004. At that point, they had 171. What else do we have? 74% of playing time tied or within one goal. In the expansion era, only 2 seasons have had a higher rate at this point of the season. 2015-16, that was 76%, and 03-04 at 75%. What else do we have here? In the mix for awards, league leading point total shared by McKinnon and McDavid. Entering the second half of the year, both players on pace to surpass 130 points. It would mark just the 4th season in the last 36 that multiple players reached that benchmark in the same campaign. Last time it happened was 23-24. That was what, Kucherov and McDavid? Maybe a couple others. What else do we have here? The league sent in a bunch of stats. 14 Eastern Conference teams have held a playoff spot at some point since December 1st. 11 Western Conference teams have held a playoff spot at some point since December 1st. Yeah.
the big question, Tom, will the Oilers win 3 games in a row this year?
They will. I think so. I think they will this month. It's incredible that they have not done so at this point in the season.
And in first place.
And they are in first place. And it's funny because it feels like, if I said to you, it doesn't feel like a satisfying first place in the Pacific, I feel like most people would be like, yeah.
Who cares?
Really? They're first? Great. Let's see if they can build on that. They generally get better as the season progresses. January in recent years has been a very, very strong month for the Edmonton Oilers. All right. What's coming up?
Yeah, Joaquin will get his thoughts on the call-ups, where they should play. We'll kind of quickly look back to the game on New Year's Eve, a 6-2 loss to the Boston Bruins. Look ahead to tomorrow. We'll have Anthony Mingione from Philadelphia
Tony
to join
Mingione.
us. We'll talk about the other nations naming their rosters for the Olympics.
Ah, yes.
Some notable names left off for Sweden and the U.S. for sure. Zach to the Future returns.
You didn't even react. Are you ready for Zach to the Future?
I think so.
Our
I don't know.
You
there a
don't
topic?
sound very confident.
Our movie themes today are 90s animated.
Oh, Goofy movie, Space Jam, Lion King, Aladdin. What else would be in there? All the Disney.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Toy Story's a good one. Yeah.
Which one, though?
All
The
right.
first one.
Oh.
Only the first one.
Right.
came
They're
out
all
in the
great.
80s, right?
I heard there's a Toy Story 5 coming out.
Yeah.
There is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Matty Iwanek was saying Toy Story 4 kind of wasn't that great. So
I'll never see it.
hopefully they fix that.
Should have
up.
only been a trilogy.
Apparently, that's what a lot of people feel like. It was great till 3. And
Yeah.
then the 4th one was kind of
So
unnecessary.
don't go anywhere. EST Afternoon's coming up, followed by the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. I mean, come on. And then tomorrow, Hello Hockey, 10 to noon.
That's right.
No. Yeah, 10 to
10
noon.
and then we slide right into the pregame show. Jackie Redmond will be joining us tomorrow on Hello Hockey, so it'll be great to catch up with her.
12:30 for the pre.
12:30 for the pre. Yeah.
So you get a nice little half an hour break.
Yeah, I was thinking of driving back to my place, and I'm like, nah, screw it. I'll just do the show from here, then go to the game.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Hernan, great job filling in for Dusty.
Slacker Dusty.
He's enjoying some time off. He works his butt off. Come on
No,
now.
I know.
Koob, you, Joaquin, and Hernan have EST Afternoons coming up next on our fine station. A big thank you to Tony Hughes from Boston Pizza 170th for fueling up the crew.
Manja.
And for hopping on the show for a little bit. Big thank you to everybody who watched, everybody who listened. You know we love you. We appreciate you. Welcome back to EST. It is a new year, and we continue to build this bad boy up. We can't do it without you. It's going to do it for the Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. See you tomorrow.